Okay, Isaiah 48:1. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob. This is the house of Jacob. This is Israel. This is us, those that believe in Messiah and follow him and keep his commandments, which are called by the name of Yisrael, and are come forth out of the waters of Yehuda, which swear by the name of Yahuwah, and make mention of the Elohim of Yisrael, but not in truth nor in righteousness. And this is, unfortunately, this is the majority of Israel right now. We know that, again, Paul in Galatians 3:28 through 27 through 29 specifically states that there is neither Jew nor Greek, so there's no Jew, there's no Gentile, there's none of this, there's none of that. There's no male nor female, there's no bond nor free. We're all one in Messiah, and if we be Messiahs, then we're Abraham's seed, which is heirs of the promise, which we were just talking about a little while ago in Galatians 4. So the majority of those that believe in Messiah, that are Israel, do not call upon him in truth nor in righteousness. Now, praise Yahuwah, praise the Most High, that he's called us unto Yahusha, his true Son, the true Messiah, the Word, called us unto him and called us unto truth. This is what was prophesied. So just to get some definitions here, truth and righteousness, what are we talking about here? Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law, the Hebrew word here is Torah, and thy Torah is the truth. We also know that Messiah, Yahusha, saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto me but unto the Father but by me. Right? And we also know Messiah also said that nobody comes unto Messiah unless the Father first draw him. So Messiah is the truth, the law is the truth, they're one and the same. Why? Because we also learn through John 1:1 that in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with Elohim, and the Word was Elohim. So he is all of it. He is he is the Scriptures, all of it, come alive. He was the Scriptures walking, talking, book of the law, book of the Deuteronomy, book of everything, book of Isaiah, book of Psalms, book of Proverbs, walking around, showing us how to walk it out in spirit and in truth. You know, and again, praise him for calling us in these last days to the truth. It was prophesied in Jubilees. A lot of you know this. My favorite verse these days. Jubilees 23:26 says, and in those days the children shall begin to study the laws and to seek the commandments and to return to the path of righteousness. We just saw earlier, his righteousness is an everlasting righteousness. His Torah is the truth. Are we saved by keeping the law? No, I think we are protected in these last days by keeping it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think for those that forsake his commandments and forsake his Torah are going to be in for a rude awakening when things go down. I want you to remember this path of righteousness. It's in Enoch. It's beautiful. This is the very first book of prophecy. Enoch 99:10, but in those days, this is all about the end times, but in those days, blessed are all they who accept the words of wisdom and understand them. It's talking about you. I know if you're listening to this channel, except for a few of you that are probably just watching this just to catch me in a few words and do an expose on me, but for 99% of you that are watching this, this is talking about you, talking about the words of wisdom and understand them and observe the paths of the Most High. Okay, what are we talking about here? And walk in the path of his righteousness. And become not godless with the godless, for they shall be saved. The path of righteousness. The path of righteousness. Seeking his laws, seeking the commandments. Brothers and sisters, this was prophesied about thousands of years ago that we would come back. And you know, honestly, Deuteronomy 30:1-3 says everything. I can't tell you how many times I talked about this at the conference I was just talking to, different brothers and sisters. Like, this is everything right here. Deuteronomy 30:1-3 is talking about us way back thousands of years ago. It shall come to pass when all these things are come upon you, the blessing and the curse which I have set before you, and shall call them to mind among all the nations, whither Yahuwah thy Elohim has driven you. This is happening right now, where the children of Israel spread all throughout the four corners of the earth, bringing to mind all these things. And then what? What was the next step? And shall return unto Yahweh thy Elohim, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day. Coming back to his commandments, to his law, you and your children with all your heart and with all your soul. And I know that's what we're seeking. Are any of us perfect right now? No. Should we be seeking that? Yes. Why? Because Messiah commanded us so. He said, be ye perfect as my Father in heaven is perfect. So we should be striving for that. Isn't that the narrow gate? So, and then here's the promise that when we start coming back to him and keeping his commandments, keeping his law to the best of our ability, that then Yahweh the Elohim will turn thy captivity and have compassion on you and will return and gather you from all the nations whither Yahweh thy Elohim has scattered you. Brothers and sisters, these 3 verses tell our story in 3 verses from thousands of years ago. It's beautiful. For they call themselves of the holy city, and stay themselves upon the Elohai of Yashrael. Yahuwah Tzebaoth is his name. There's his name again. Let's not forsake it. You know, the commandment, thou shalt not take my my name in vain. Properly translated, it's really to make his name of none effect, to diminish his name. So that's another commandment that's being completely trampled on alongside the Sabbath.